67-year-old Senator Neda Imasuen is a Nigerian politician and lawyer representing Edo South Senatorial District in the Nigerian Senate. He was elected in 2023 under the Labour Party and currently serves as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions. Let me tell you a little about our dear lawmaker. Prior to his political career in Nigeria, Imasuen practiced law in the United States of America in New York. In 2010, he was permanently disbarred by the New York State Supreme Court for fraud and professional misconduct. He was alleged to have collected millions of dollars in legal fees from a client, Daphne Sheffield, but failed to provide legal representation and neglected her case. Despite multiple attempts by the New York Grievance Committee to contact him, Imasuen reportedly ignored all disciplinary inquiries, leading to the revocation of his legal license. The ruling, issued on May 10, 2010, stated, Neda B. Imasuen, admitted as Neda Bernard Imasuen, is disbarred, and his name is stricken from the roll of attorneys and counselors at law. Further investigations revealed that Imasuen was allegedly involved in a $25 million bank fraud scheme in the United States before his disbarment. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, linked him to fraudulent mortgage transactions involving multiple banks, including Citibank, HSBC, and Wells Fargo. Court documents allegedly identified him as an unindicted co-conspirator in the scheme. Undeterred by his tarnished legal career, Imasuen returned to Nigeria, where he reinvented himself as a politician. In 2023, he was elected to the Nigerian Senate under the Labour Party, representing Edo South. By 2025, he had maneuvered his way into the position of chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions, a position that demands the highest standards of integrity and accountability. In early 2025, his committee recommended the suspension of Mrs. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, a fellow senator, for alleged violations of Senate rules. The recommendation included a 6-month suspension, withdrawal of her salary and allowance, and the locking of her office. This move was widely criticized as politically motivated, particularly given Imasuen's own legal history. In March 2025, constituents in Edo South, in collaboration with the Human Rights Committee, launched a recall process against him, citing allegations of corruption, abuse of office, and betrayal of public trust. The group also called for his prosecution over issues linked to his disbarment in the United States. These allegations resurfaced following his defection from the Labour Party, the platform on which he was elected, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The controversy has sparked demands for an independent investigation, with some constituents even suggesting Interpol's involvement due to the international dimension of the claims. Imasuen has dismissed the accusations as politically motivated, alleging that those behind the recall efforts are being paid to damage his reputation. Nigerians, this is your lawmaker. In a country with almost 80 million people above the age of 35, any of whom could credibly lead the Senate Ethics Committee, this is the individual who holds that position. It's a blatant insult to integrity. These individuals act with impunity because they know Nigerians are too exhausted, too hungry, and too distracted by divisive issues like tribalism to hold them accountable. So they wait for public outrage to fade and carry on with business as usual. Despite his past, Imasuen has continued to present himself as a legal practitioner in Nigeria, even though he was permanently disbarred in the United States. This raises serious questions about his professional conduct and the ethical standards he upholds. The appointment of a man with such a questionable past to head the Senate Ethics Committee is a glaring contradiction. It undermines the very principles of accountability and integrity that the committee is supposed to uphold. If Nigeria is to move forward, it must confront the uncomfortable truth that some of its leaders are more adept at exploiting the system than serving the people. It's time for the Nigerian public to demand accountability. We must not allow individuals with tainted pasts to dictate the ethical standards of our institutions. The fight against corruption begins with holding those in power accountable. We cannot allow these individuals to whitewash their past or launder their reputations. History must not be rewritten while we watch in silence. Share this story, engage in the conversation, and let your voice be heard. Together, we can hold our leaders to the standards they claim to uphold. Like and subscribe to stay informed. Follow this page for more stories exposing Nigeria's so called political elite.